Vic Schaefer, of course, Texas fans know.
Well, they know what he said after the game, and if you didn't hear, he called out his team for lack of effort following the loss on national TV to Oklahoma on Wednesday night. So we'll see how they respond here as we're underway between the Longhorns and the Bearcats. There's great effort from Aaliyah Moore, comes up short, stays with it, and one to start off the day.
Well, you talk about Vic Schaefer challenging his team, let's just put it that way, to play harder and play better. And I think one of the people that needs to play more consistently is this young lady right here in Aaliyah Moore. And this is a young lady that certainly has come off injury, hasn't played a lot, obviously, through her career at Texas because of injuries, but certainly capable of stringing together a lot of points and playing defense.
With no Madison Booker, Texas's lineup a little bit different. For Cincinnati, the usual starters in place. The Bearcats team that just picked up their second win in Big 12 play, a last-second victory over Oklahoma State on Wednesday night, and tonight is Ariel Jackson by Taylor Jones. For Texas, Amina Mohammed in the starting lineup in place of Madison Booker, with Shaylee Gonzales moving over to run the point.
And a good matchup today with Cincinnati that has size.
Turnover right off the bat by Gonzales. Here's Jillian Hayes dropping it off down low for Jackson, and she returns the favor with an and one of her own.
Well, a nice job by Cincinnati to get the ball down the floor, because they're new to this conference, is going to come in and lay down. That is not the case today.
This is the free throw. Jones didn't have too much of a presence in a game that wasn't really suited for her skill set on Wednesday night with that fast tempo game. Only had 4 shot attempts. Is that one collected by Gonzales? Shea Holly coming off a career-high 22 points.
Shea Holly, her conditioning, her athleticism, her focus. I think she...
The last 2 times they lost at least 3 Big 12 games in January. They did recover and go on to play in the Elite 8. Holly missing both free throws. Heaving one up off the rim is Reagan Jackson.
Record, and you can see why he had an impassioned chat afterwards. Not only in the media, perceived to have given in that Oklahoma game.
Taylor Jones delivering early, couple of points, 3 blocks. He really came up with a turnover there. There's Ariel Jackson trying to get past Holly. Jones.
Execution on the baseline out of bounds by Texas.
There is Jillian Hayes, the younger sister of former Longhorns basketball player Jackson Hayes, and she gets called for the offense. Gonzales racing back and forth, finding Shea Holly, who feeds it down low to Taylor Jones. She will head to the line and makes the first one. That one bobbled, nearly turned over. From the corner, Reagan Jackson. They make it 1 for 9 to start off for the Bearcats. Amina Mohammed back in the starting lineup. Started 17 games for Texas this year. Gonzales falling to the floor, gets it to go. Bearcats pushing the pace back the other way. Trying to find some room in the paint was Clarissa Craig. Back outside. And the miss by...
Having a tough time getting shots they want.
Texas on a little 6-0 run right now over the past couple of minutes. Make it 8-0.
Consistent players for Texas. Amo has a little bit of inconsistency coming back from injury. And then the other player is Shaylee Gonzales, who you see get beat right there defensively. It's going to be her job to take over, coming from BYU as a transfer. She has the capacity to score more. Will she be able to do it in this system with this team?
Taylor Jones, meanwhile, just came up with block number 5. That's 1 shy of her career high, and we're still only in the first quarter.
And that's the other key. Can Vic Schaefer get production from his bench? Mwenentanda will get minutes. Some of the other players, Giselle Amal, Jordana Codio, can they be productive?
Cincinnati 1 for 11 to start off, thanks to suffocating Texas defense. And there's a bucket. 10 on the shot clock. Mwenentanda turns it over. Back the other way comes Jenks. Driving baseline, spinning around Gonzales. Schaefer explaining things there on the sideline. And you know, early, he had his jacket off by the first quarter.
Yeah.
We should have known then.
Yeah. Katrina Merriweather knows that. They don't shoot the ball well, sometimes turn the ball over.
Back to the paint goes Texas. No. Back the other way. Jackson racing through the Longhorns defense. Turns it over. Gonzales leading the charge over to Aaliyah Moore. Too strong off the glass. Holly. Jones. No, Aaliyah Moore couldn't handle the rebound.
And just getting back into the groove of things in December of this season. So I think a little grace for this young lady who's definitely starter material, but still trying to get her feet under her.
Never started more than 9 games in a year on the other end. Jenks trying to heat up this Cincinnati offense as the Bearcats have pulled within 5 with a minute to go in the first.
Cincinnati doesn't shoot the ball well, but they can be explosive, which is a dangerous thing.
Picked up some big wins this year. Muhammad Moore, Shay Holly. What a season for Shay Holly. Continues to hit from outside.
A nice ball movement for Texas against that zone.
Again, Shay Holly coming off that 22-point performance Wednesday. 10 for 12 from the field. Maybe their best three-point shooter, or at least their hottest three-point shooter right now.
Which was right after Christmas, so all of conference play plus the Jackson State game. Seen her in practice, is obviously attacking her rehab. You would expect nothing else.
Texas turning it over. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Jenks, team high 6 points off the bench.
Ariel Jackson, she has a green light to take it to the rim here.
Waiting to make her move. There she goes with Muhammad in front of her. Step back three. Got it! Ariel Jackson with a huge three.
The benefits will take care of that. So I know you're down in Cincinnati right now. Just improve your game. Continue to be a great teammate. Continue to do what you got to do out on that floor. But most importantly, be a great woman off the floor. That is the most important. Continue to be loved and have fun. Like, if you're not having fun, then nothing else matters. So enjoy it, and I salute you. Go Bearcats.
Great words from LeBron, who was there with Ariel Jackson's mom, the one and only Kim Hampton, who was the number 4 overall pick in the inaugural WNBA draft in 1997.
And a terrific player, but a terrific person as well. I got a chance to travel with her a little bit back in the day, do some appearances. She's a wonderful person, great player, great entertainer. And hey, that step back looked a little bit LeBron-esque.
That was a LeBron-like pass, and all of a sudden, Andrea, Texas was dominating early. What's changed?
Well, I think you get you have multiple substitutions, I think, for Cincinnati. They have players that can come in and keep themselves fresh. As a team out there, Texas has probably got a little less gas in the tank, I'm sure, today than the visitors.
It's a Cincinnati team that beat Oklahoma State on Wednesdays for the senior. Reagan Jackson. Alicia Dio, transfer from Penn State, shot clock at 6. There's Ariel Jackson, hit a buzzer-beating putback against Central Florida earlier this year, and banks one in. Gonzales running the point, finds Amina Muhammad, hacked, no foul, put back, nice effort by Reagan Jackson, the freshman, 3-point threat. Texas native, grew up just outside of Fort Worth, to her right.
And she is one intense freshman.
Clarissa Craig trying to spin around Jones. Nice moves by the junior.
I would really look for Shay Holly. She is getting up and down the floor really well right now. Continue to look for Jones inside.
They're starting to double team Texas's post players.
Gonzales has been shooting the ball so well in practice. I've watched her for the last couple of weeks. Got a smooth stroke.
Texas 2 for 7 on threes today.
And Texas back to man-to-man.
3 different players go down. Scoring drought of more than 2 minutes now suddenly for the Bearcats. Aaliyah Moore baseline. Gets it to go. Could have folded early here on the road, down by double digits, but they've gotten right back in it. feels like an important spot in this ball game with one on the shot clock, and oh my goodness, shit was arguing that it was all ball there, but obviously the officials do not agree.
Trying to guard a jump shooter on a last second like that, you need to give them space, contest without breaking the plane.
Both.
Hey, I just want to point something out. Cincinnati, they played 11 players, and up to a couple of minutes ago, none of them had played more than 11 minutes.
It's like a crucial spot in this game. Can Texas take a double-digit lead into the half?
And 2 5s in there with Taylor Jones and Hattie 5.
Jackson trying to split the Texas defense, dealing with foul trouble.
You know she loves this kind of game, though.
Gonzales. Cincinnati 0 for their last 6 from the field. Jackson making her move. 10 on the game clock, 4 on the shot clock. Milton with the step back 3, misses, but the putback in the final seconds of the half by Dia. And the first half, Texas really relying on 5 players for most of that first half. As half number 2 is underway.
And if you look at Cincy, they played 11 players, 12 points off the bench, 11 for their starters. 3 of their starters not scoring, including Hayes, who's an incredible athlete and scorer for them. I expect the starters to have a little more input in the second half.
Extremely deep Bearcats team. Driving is Jillian Hayes, dishes out wide. And the miss from distance, but Hayes underneath with the putback. Taylor Jones was there.
Tonda getting the start here.
Aaliyah Moore with the miss.
Cincinnati's tough to shoot over the top of in this zone. They are long.
Texas holding Cincinnati to less than 30% shooting from the field. Reagan Jackson feeding Aaliyah Moore. Baseline, runs into a brick wall and turns it over. Right in her face was Destiny Thomas.
Well, Thomas sat out quite a bit with fouls and limited playing time, and here we see Hayes.
Well, this is going to draw the...
26 overall rebounds, 7 total for the game.
And there's a foul as Moore goes down.
Your teams, they don't know personnel. Makes the job twice as hard.
Aaliyah Moore, Texas 4 of 6 from the line. They get 5 for 7. The foul was on Holly, by the way, her second. Shaylee Gonzales. Strong performance today by the senior.
Texas needed it.
Gonzales, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Forces the turnover there. Jones not the spot she wants to be in. They feed Moore down low. Nice move in the paint by Aaliyah Moore.
That's a tough guard for Byers, who's down low on Aaliyah Moore, giving up a little bit of size. Aaliyah Moore recognizing the one-on-one opportunity. She's so good with her footwork in those situations.
Moore's got 11 points, 3 boards, couple of assists. A game high 11 points off of Mwenentanda. Jackson taking her time with a shot clock now at 6. Sends it over to Jackson, who turns it over. Mwenentanda with Holly to her right, off her fingertips. Off the Cincinnati player, however, and Texas catches a break.
This is where you miss a Rory Harmon, who can create offense from defense.
It's a 4-4 score here in the second half so far. Shot clock at 5. Moore driving, throws it up, the miss. Put back by Mwenentanda.
Mwenentanda is so long on the perimeter. She hits the boards hard in that play.
And for her confidence, it's good to see her come out here, start the second half, and produce. Left wide open is Milton and makes Texas pay.
I'm going to tell you, if there's somebody you're not going to guard out there, it is not number 5. She is a terrific scorer, certainly capable of hitting the 3. Had 5 threes against Louisville when she erupted for 28 points.
Cincinnati outscoring Texas in this half. Right now, Texas has the advantage. 6 blocks, 3 steals. Misses the second one. Cincinnati comes up.
Texas in his zone again, kind of switching things up, making Cincinnati think about it.
Here's Jenks with the pass down low, the miss, and the putback by Destiny. Shaylee Gonzales did that. Moore with the board. Texas with no Booker or Gaston in this one. Hope to have Booker back by the next contest Thursday night in Waco against Baylor.
They've had these massive injuries to really top-notch teams for the Big 12. Texas has had an injury for weeks. Obviously, TCU is at the bottom of the standings.
Brought over a volleyball player as well, and as you said, they won. They beat Central Florida in the first game, coming off those forfeits.
It was a fun game to watch. You and I were texting during that game. Unbelievable.
A foul on Mwenentanda.
Under Katrina Merriweather.
Cincinnati, as we said, top 15 in the nation in free throws made. Back to a 5-point game. The Bearcats continue to hang around against number 10 Texas.
Exactly what they want to do, hang around until the last 4 minutes.
Gonzales has come up with some.
Just see that sweet stroke that she has. She's shooting the ball with great confidence.
And she needed that coming off that 1 for 10 overall performance on Wednesday night. Texas watched Oklahoma hit all those threes. The Longhorns hitting 3 threes from Gonzales so far today. Shot clock at 5, meanwhile, for Milton. Jenks has got to hurry. Holly blocked that one. Texas ball. Gonzales. Mwenentanda into the paint she goes.
For Texas and for Vic Schaefer to make sure she's recognizing the defense and then just be patient and get her shot.
Remember the coaching staff since that injury. Cincinnati 14-11 here in the third as the Bearcats offense is cooled off. Jenks baseline. Misses there. And Aaliyah Moore is coming up slow on the other end of the floor. Mwenentanda kicked ball. Aaliyah Moore limping across midcourt right now. That is the last thing Texas wants to see. She's going to come out. Well, they'll bring Amina Muhammad in for Taylor Jones. Aaliyah Moore stays in there for now.
Actually, Faye came in as well. And just a battle in the paint right here. 1 against 2. It just looks like Moore comes down a little bit. So 2 substitutions for Texas right now. Moore will have a chance to sit down.
It is unreal. Texas has lost more than 30 games this year due to the injuries of Harmon, Moore, Gaston, Jones. Regardless, Mwenentanda. Here is Jenks, had the big first quarter. Jackson from 3 with the miss. 5 with the board. Addie 5. They're trying to sneak in there, and they fouled her. The officials acknowledging his points there.
He is. Always. He'd be the first one to be locked in today, and he expects his play.
And just like that, what was a close game has now turned into a 14-point contest. Pull-up jumper by Jenks. They've gone ice cold from the field.
Well, they hit those 2 threes in the first half. They haven't hit a 3 in the second half, and they're just 12 for 42 overall, field goal percentage of 28.
Largest lead of the day for Texas. Gonzales finds a cutting Muhammad, who gets the bucket.
Over the top of 6'5", Delaney Snyder.
11-0 run. Final seconds. Firing one up is Dia with the miss, and Texas with a strong.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting game. I think the starters for Texas played a bulk of the minutes in the first half. You see Madison Booker on the sideline. They're expecting or hoping to have her back for that Baylor game that's coming up on Thursday. So Texas gets that rematch. They were beat at home back in December, a first game of Big 12 play. And then Texas gets to play Kansas State again, which Ayoka Lee is out, but she plans to be back, hopefully towards the middle of February, and they hope to have Deanna Gaston back as well.
What do we make of that Baylor matchup Thursday night on ESPN from Waco? It's hard to believe that Texas and Baylor already have 3 losses each in conference play.
They rely on the guards to be able to get the ball. Baylor has a bunch of tweeners and a lot of guards that can shoot the ball. One of the top players in the nation that can shoot the ball as well. And that's just going to be a bear of a game.
Put back by Malaya Rowe. Mwenentanda feeding Holly, who goes baseline. Shea Holly, career-high 22-point night against Oklahoma. Wide open underneath, getting the and one.
Tremendous talent at the offensive and defensive end. Really good scorer.
Muhammad. Amina Muhammad getting the start today in place of the injured Booker. Hattie 5. 2 defenders in her face and a whistle.
She hasn't necessarily scored consistently, but she shoots the ball well. She's constantly a threat, and today taking a few more shots than she's used to, I think.
Ever since Vic Schaefer said, I want to see you take more shots, be more aggressive, get more confidence in your shot. She's been doing that. Had 14 against Oklahoma State. That was a season high, and as you said, 14 today. This basket on the...
There's just a calm about the team.
Back the other way. Easy path to the bucket for Reagan Jackson. Player play continues. Shaylee Gonzales with the miss from outside. Phi gets a hand on it. Comes up with a huge offensive board.
And since Texas is going to the SEC next year, we won't see Jillian Hayes and the Bearcats.
At the free throw line, 5 minutes both. Texas shooting around
right now. They need it to go, the ball to go in the basket or gets the free throw line.
Unable to do that there. Back the other way. Texas. Gonzales, great lead pass for Holly. And she's fouled. Shay Holly now with 8 points and Aaliyah Moore with 12. Longhorns so good in this arena. As a matter of fact, Oklahoma, they absolutely missed Roy Harmon in a fast-paced, up-tempo game like that one.
Just somebody that can manage tempo against a team that like to push tempo.
Final 5.5 minutes on the way.
So quite a bit of time left in this game.
Taylor Jones had that monster first.
Come a long way from that.
Responding to Vic Schaefer's demands of more effort from his team. Moore being hassled by Jenks. Holly feeding Jones.
Finding my big girl inside.
Aaliyah. Game plan with Rodney Terry Wednesday night at 7 with Lowell Galindo. Texas men falling on the road.
I don't think anybody agreed in the arena.
4 to go. Shay Holly. And Vic Schaefer telling his team to keep working it around, work the clock.
Speaking of records, Shaylee Gonzales picked up her 500th assist for her career today.
Jones down low. Jones has got 11, 8, and 7. And now for Cincinnati, you have to start hoisting up three-pointers. Not the result they wanted. Moore. Gonzales will dribble out the clock a little bit more. So Texas, regardless of how it looked,
started to get to know Madison Booker. It's hard to explain. Got to know her pretty well. Vic Schaefer and the rest of her teammates hope to have her back soon, but in the meantime, Taylor Jones holding down.
Well, if you're worried about Madison Booker, we did see her shooting before the game began. I mean, by those accounts, she looked pretty good. Again, wasn't doing extremely strenuous activity. But Texas hopes to have her back Thursday.
It might change even next week.
And look, after today, they're going to be 17-1 with her in the starting lineup.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Texas today and having to get out this game in the sense of just after that loss, going through a lot of tough workouts and a lot of gut checks. But let's not forget that this team is still ranked number 10. That might go down a bit. It's just so tough to say what's going on in the top 25 these days with all the parity. And, you know, we saw Oregon State beat Colorado the other night. Oregon State not even in the top 25.
Smiles, there you go. Shaylee Gonzales and Shay Holly. Finishing off the remaining few moments on the bench. Gonzales, as we said, with 13. Shay Holly with 9. Tree Heron getting ready to enter the game for the first time for the Longhorns. The 6'4" transfer.
Well, those three players right there, the two guards for Texas and Taylor Jones, terrific efforts today as starters and a lot of minutes.
Jackson through the Texas defense. Regardless, the Longhorns are going to move to 19-3 on the year, 5-3 in Big 12 play, and 11-2 here at the Moody Center. Hit it across midcourt. Shot clock is off. Press being applied by Cincinnati here. And Gisela Moore in there for the final few seconds. So the Longhorns will end up taking down a tough Bearcats squad, 67-50. Cincinnati falls to 10-9 on the year, 2-6 in Big 12 play. McShafer and